Okay, sixth graders, today I'm going to show you how to do a lab called Crystal Trees. So in this lab, we will be making something that will be creating crystals. And your job is going to be, after you watch this, is to fill out the lab, defining crystallization, completing the hypothesis, and then making some observations. So the first thing, if we were in the classroom, or you could try this at home if you have all the ingredients, is that you would need to get some materials. And some of the materials that you would need to get with your partner are a toilet paper roll, which everyone should have a lot of those right now, scissors, a craft or popsicle stick, a small cup for mixing, a plastic bowl, and a plate or tray to work on. And we're just working on a kitchen counter right now, and I covered it because one of the ingredients that we're using in the lab does stain if you are not careful. So what you're going to do is get your materials needed, which I've all gathered for you to look at. You're going to get a Sharpie, which I've already done, and write your name and your class period on the side of the bowl. So here's the side of the bowl. I put my name on it, and then we'll put the Sharpie to the side. Okay, you want to put it on the side of the bowl because you are going to be creating something in the bowl and you don't want to have to lift up and look underneath to find your work. Then you are going to take the toilet paper roll, or you could use paper towel and cut it in half if you have that. And you're going to cut slits halfway down the roll to make your tree branches. Then you're going to use markers and color the tree parts. What I did is I colored first and then cut just for demonstration purposes. So you're going to take your toilet paper roll, you're going to color it or cut it first and then cut it and then color it. And then you're going to put this inside of your bowl. Okay. You are going to then would come back to the measuring station and you would measure the following items to pour them into your small cup. So you would need a tablespoon of water, which is 15 milliliters. In the lab at school, we would be using a small graduated cylinder, and I forgot to bring one home. So 15 milliliters is approximately 1 tablespoon. So I used my tablespoons, 1 tablespoon of water just from the sink. Then 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters or 21.7 grams of salt. I use tablespoons because that's what I had. So just regular salt from the grocery store. You could use iodized too, that's fine. Then you are going to use 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of bluing, liquid bluing. This is what you probably do not have at home. This is found in the laundry section of the grocery store. It is a whitens clothing. I've never used it for laundry. It does stain your hands if you don't watch out, or stains some are in school, even the black measuring spoons, it stains the blue. So you're going to use 1 tablespoon of that, and then you're going to use a half a tablespoon or 7 milliliters of clear ammonia. Okay. Ammonia is harmful if swallowed. You want to keep it away from your eyes. You would be having safety goggles on at school, and this is something that you would want to waft because it is a very, very, very strong odor, and a lot of people think it smells like urine, especially cat urine, because ammonia is in urine. So when we've done this in school in the past, people are like, oh, that stinks. So you definitely do not want to stick your nose right over it, which you shouldn't be doing anyway if you don't know what you're working with. Okay, then you would mix all these things together in your cup. And I've already done that. So we have these little plastic cups. And I've got, if you can see in there, I've got all of the stuff mixed in there. Okay. And you are going to keep your solution a little bit to the side. Then you're going to make sure your tree is colored the way you want it. You're going to bend. So I've got my tree colored. I just did it quickly. My kids are going to do these in a little bit, and they can color them probably a little bit better. Bend your branches. So I'm going to bend mine down so it's kind of like a palm tree. And I'm going to place my tree in the center of the bowl, which my tree is in the center of the bowl. And I am recording, so I don't need to take a picture of my tree. I'm going to see it. And then I'm going to mix my solution up one more time and pour over my tree. So I'm going to mix my saltwater solution. And pour it over my branches. You can get your tree wet, but you're just making the solution in the bottom. And if there's any salt left in your cup, which there might be, you can scrape that all down also. So one of the ways that crystals form are by a solution, saltwater solution. So we kind of created our own saltwater solution for that. Now what you're going to do is you can look now. I'm going to bring my camera up slowly so you can see that in my bowl is my tree. And we're going to let this sit undisturbed for 24 hours. I'm going to wait a little bit longer than 24 hours, and I will do another video tomorrow night. So it'll be closer to 48. And then we'll go from there. So now that you guys have watched this and watched what we've done, you need to fill out the lab where you are defining crystallization and completing your hypothesis and making your observations.